Heyo! What's going on, everybody? We are motherfucking live.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to Niko Knows Best, the absolute best wrestling show in the world. Cool Mike C.
We the ones.
Jay ain't here, but they the twos and we the ones.
We the ones. They the
we do
twos.
it.
Oh.
And, you know, we're on fire. I can't disclose what's happening in my life. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you know, but to the haters out there, man, just stand by. You got a lot of Niko Exxtra coming in your future, bro. You are not going to like what you see.
Yeah.
But anyways, it is so much going on in the world of professional wrestling. I'm loving it right now, dude. I am absolutely loving it. I think the top thing happening is Mommy is back. Rhea Ripley returning on Monday Night Raw. Liv has been running like an absolute maniac through Judgment Day. No pun intended, through Judgment Day. But, you know, playing with Dominic, playing with Finn. They're all trying to get the key cards. And she's been playing them, let's be honest. She doesn't want anything to do with it. Maybe Dom, but at the end of the day, the storyline is so good because it has a cinematic tale to it. It's almost like less wrestling and more cinema. And the name, you know, my wife used to always say it's like a male soap opera. And when you see the Judgment Day and like Liv Morgan grinding on him and
stretching
Mommy
his
coming
leg
out, like it's truly like a male soap opera, and it's kind of like rated R. Like it's maybe even a little exy poo at time. But how do you feel about Mommy being back? Did you miss her? It's only been like 2 months, but did you feel there was an absence without her?
Of course. You know how much we love Rhea. Hell, you know how loud I was at Mania when Rhea was there. I mean, we were just thrilled. All the times at NXT, Full Sail, all the things. Can't get enough of Rhea. Having her back changes the complexion of everything. Now it impacts Liv and Dominic. It impacts all of the Judgment Day. It impacts all of the women's division. Huge news. And good to see that she's going to be healthy enough to be ready to go at SummerSlam in Cleveland.
Full disclosure, I don't know if my phone is open. The phone lines are open, but we're going to throw it out there. If you want to call in, 407-900-5639. We'll call you back, leave a message, whatever. But if you got an opinion about pro wrestling, I want to hear your shitty opinion, just like you're listening to our shitty opinion. But I personally am going to tell you that Mommy returning is, as Vince McMahon would say, such good shit. I'm really happy for her to make her triumphant return back. She's definitely an all-star when it comes to, you know, the women's division, and definitely needed in that division to kind of give it and take it to the next level. So I'm happy to see her back. I definitely think this also goes to my next topic, which would be, you know, what the fuck's going on with Judgment Day? You know, like, Liv came in, you got Carlito in there. He's not quite getting the fist bump. He's in, but he's not in. Damien's that got the world title. He's saying shit like they need me more than I need them. You know, I mean, that's kind of like, really, that's a big FU to the Judgment Day. Finn's giving him the eye, like, okay, partner, I'll see you around. And Dom's doing his thing, you know, dirty Dom to the end. But at the end of the day, there's a lot going on in Judgment Day. Do you think they're going to maintain this? Like 6 months from now, do you see Judgment Day being the same Judgment Day you see now?
Let me ask you this. Do you think that Judgment Day is making any money on merch and different things?
Yeah.
Do you think that Judgment Day will make more or less now that Mommy's back?
Oh, of course. Mommy's t-shirt automatically goes into the top 5.
And everybody else, Dirty Dom is still selling. Liv has even though she's the champ and she's been around Riot Squad and everything for over the years, this is helping elevate her. Judgment Day is helping elevate anybody that needs it. Like you said, Carlito, where else would he be? You know, he was already in the other faction.
That's cool.
And now he's out.
We know where he'll be. We saw him at Orlando in the cafeteria.
Yeah, right.
Right. Jerry Swirls or some shit.
Yeah. So we go, you know what? It's good to see these guys have a place to go and things to do. Now Finn has a thing. I like how Triple H just really embraces the factions because that's big. And now they brought Sonya Deville back, and now she's going to be in a faction with, Shayna 2 times and Zoe Stark. So I think that's another one that could be interesting too, to go against, Bailey and and the rest.
For sure. I'm just really, it's like, there's a commercial, I don't know if you saw, where Triple H is like, wrestling's cool again. And like,
Yeah, I
it
saw
is.
it. Yeah.
The shit is cool again. It's just so much going on. Even, Judgment Day is hot. Bloodline, we'll talk about it later. It could be hotter. That Roman Reigns return is going to be epic.
Oh, that's what it's all set up for.
It's all set up. And Jacob Fatu versus Solo, Jacob Fatu is a much better wrestler than Solo Sikoa.
Not even close.
The mic is where it gets a little interesting. And Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa are just taking shrapnels from everyone for like botching the crotch shot and coming out to pull the ref's knees. But at the end of the day, like even all the way down to their developmental, there's a lot of, like, you and I went to NXT yesterday. And, fucking Joe Hendry Mania is a real thing.
Oh, it's a real thing.
Like people were like, there was 5 or 6 signs for Joe Hendry, more signs than for anyone else in the whole arena, if you call it that. People anticipating him, and when he came out, the pop and the people waving their hand. We've been going to NXT ever since Finn Balor days, even before that. And this is one of the biggest pops I've ever heard. That's the second time we've both seen Joe Hendry, to my knowledge, in person. We saw him at TNA. Now we see him at NXT. Exactly. What is your thoughts on Joe Hendry and Joe Hendry Mania?
He's the real deal. He's got charisma. People just get drawn into him. I like how he just kind of played it off. And you're right. He was more popular than Whoop That Trick. The Whoop That era is over, as they say. More so than Ethan Page, who's the current champ. And this guy's just visiting. He is super over. And, as we saw it, and I'm sure people on TV, anytime they'd have just a hint of Joe Hendry in the background or over here. Everybody got wound up. Oh, yeah.
That one photo shoot made him $1 million off his $500 photo shoot. And happy for Joe Hendry. But, it's funny because he's not bigger than anyone else. He's got his hair's dyed like an old man, like gray hair.
He was the smallest guy in the ring of the 4 of them yesterday. Everyone was bigger than him.
But he's got it. Charisma, whatever the fuck it is, Joe Hendry has it, and I was happy to see him. I didn't sign up for next week, but like I'm all about some Joe Hendry. I can't do it every week. It's too much with the guy in the vest fucking looking at your phone and the goofy dude falling asleep.
The best. He's a volunteer for crying out loud.
Motherfucker's looking at my wallet like he's like looking for me to have a bomb in my wallet. I'm like, dude, I don't have a bomb in my wallet. Anyways, and the other big thing about NXT, because as long as the yays, the boos were out of control for Ethan Page. This guy was getting booed out of the building. One of the loudest boos the only boo I could think about was when Carmelo screwed Trick recently, or like where it was like people were like, F you suck. Like Ethan just gets that natural heat just from smiling smirk. He's a good looking dude. Yeah, he's young, he's got the title, he's a fucking black belt in karate, and
he's better than you.
He'll whoop your fucking ass. It's just like, damn, dude, this guy's got it as well, and he's being used properly. But at the end of the day, is the NXT championship good enough to establish Ethan Page as a legitimate contender?
Hell yeah. This guy's been around a long time. He's got charisma. He's got enough size to him. He knows how to work programs. He's definitely ready. There's a reason it only took him 40 days from inception or his first introduction to championship.
Pretty impressive.
They knew they were going to bring this guy along, and they're fast laning him. This guy's going to be on the main roster probably by the end of the year. This guy is sharp. He's going to be there.
I'm really enjoying everything. We're just running through this. I love it. And luckily enough for me, I came prepared. We got all kinds of shit to talk about.
Oh, there's so much going on.
So much going. Oh, let's add your chat, guys. Sorry I missed all your chats. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining. Leave your chats so we could talk about them. Sorry to be neglecting you. Karate Man. He's a legitimate karate dude, though. Like when you see a dude who's a black belt, you really don't want to talk shit, Thomas. Trust me.
No, you don't.
Let's talk about our man, potentially
Riddle.
No, not our boy, our man, potentially the greatest professional wrestler in all time. And by the way, he made a really good rap album. John Cena.
This is basic.
Oh yeah.
I'm reigning
That's retirement.
The
Yeah.
John Cena farewell tour is officially announced. And let me turn that off before YouTube fucking blocks me, this douchebags. The John Cena farewell tour is officially underway. He came out. He said he's done. I'm sure you did the same. We've seen John Cena ever since Ruthless Aggression when he smacked the shit out of Kurt Angle, evolve into Word Life, evolve into pretty much the greatest world champion we've ever seen. And my question for you is the Cena farewell tour. He announced that he will do Royal Rumble. He will do Elimination Chamber, and this will be his last WrestleMania. Who the fuck do you put potentially the greatest professional wrestler of all time against in the WrestleMania match that's the last one of his life? Do you put him against Codith Rhodes and give him that face versus face, Roman versus Hogan, Rock versus Hogan kind of deal? Do you put him against The Rock where it's like, motherfucker, we've been doing this. Let's do it one more time. You know what I mean? The final ride with the final boss kind of deal. Do you put him against Roman Reigns because it's like the best then versus the best now? Do you put him against Solo Sikoa who just like fucked him up and put him out of commit? I mean, who do you put John Cena against? You're the booker. Cool, Mike C. You are in charge. Who you facing Cena on his? And by the way, I spelled farewell wrong. By the way,
farewell.
By the way, does he win the Royal Rumble or not when we're talking about this? Let me know.
That's the biggest key is if he wins the Royal Rumble, he can face anybody. And if Cody's healthy, in July, it's so interesting. It's going to change several times, but it's fun. We're going to look at it right now. But if Cody got hurt like he did that one time, then he's not going to be there. If Roman comes back, and
didn't even mention Randy Orton, David. You're absolutely
KO.
right.
You're exactly right.
Randy Orton versus John Cena is absolutely the biggest rivalry they've had throughout the years. R-Truth, his childhood hero, Roman. He wants to face his childhood hero. That would be amazing. I don't know. I don't know who he's going to face. Who you got? Let me know.
Like you said, if he wins the Rumble, it could be Cody. It could be, I would say for the money making, if they had, and I know it's been done, but The Rock and Cena won last time. I mean, people would show up for the nostalgic thing for it. And nothing would be on the line except pride. You don't have to change the belt. You don't have to do things. So that would make a lot of sense. I just don't think that that The Rock is going to be in there with Cena. I think he wants Cody. He's made that pretty clear. So I think that might take the two of them out of it. So Cena's thing might be taken out because The Rock wants Cody. That means he can't have either one. So maybe
it's like,
Roman
how do you top 40 when you had Rock, Roman, and that whole thing? Because it was epic.
It was unbelievable.
You top it with Cena versus Cody, and you keep the belt on Cody all the way to Mania. I mean, I thought it was going to be Rock versus Cody, but the more I think about it, Cena versus Cody is way more heartfelt to me. And either way, either Cena loses and gives the nod to Cody and Cody keeps running as the top face, or Cody does the job for Cena, which he'll happily fucking do because he's the team player.
Of course.
And it's John Cena. And John Cena becomes the 17-time world champ, which, I mean, but Ric Flair's really the 23-time world champ. So the whole thing's silly.
I know.
Moving on.
Right. They could do it. They could do it just to spite Flair.
Everyone's talking about Braun Breaker in the chat room, so I want to bring him up for a second.
Braun was robbed.
We've had the opportunity to watch Braun Breaker from
day one,
security guard breaking up, fucking Raquel Gonzalez and some Mia Yim or some shit, to
Adam
being
Cole
to that match when he was there with Rick Steiner in the fucking in the back.
Yep.
And now all of a sudden, they move him up. They had him win the title and run for a minute. They put him with Baron Corbin to give him a little rub on the personality gimmick, give him a little rub on the purse. And then now he's just this beast, but they fucked up, dude. It's my opinion, having him lose.
They just killed the momentum.
This dude, and I'm not saying Goldberg 181-0 kind of shit, but I'm saying don't make him 3-0 and fucking lose. Like, he's only had a couple matches. He fought Dragunov, he fought Ricochet, and like now, you know what I mean? Now that Ricochet, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. And then the last thing, you know what I mean? Like, then he loses to Sami Zayn. I just don't get why what is that? Did they just want to make sure that He
Because
is
it's
not
Canada and he's Canadian, so
Sammy's
Sammy's going to hold it there. And
so
make the
you're
crowd
telling
go
me you're
home.
going to risk the cash in for the CM Punk storyline, and then you're
That
going to
was
risk
horrible.
Braun Breaker's career for the Canada storyline,
which is short-lived. The Canada story, everyone goes home and everything, and he's from Montreal. He's not even from Toronto. So it's like saying, oh, we're going to give it to a guy from Florida because this guy was from California, really. I mean, it's different. But anyway, they blew it totally. I mean, Money in the Bank had so many problems.
I didn't mean to say Ricochet. That was an accident, Ryan.
Yeah.
Don't get out of control.
Yeah, don't be hating on Ricochet. That guy's an unbelievable athlete. I mean, he's never going to get the push here, so I hope he gets it at AEW. Some people aren't just going to get the run that they think they should deserve, and he's not going to get it here at WWE. He's just not, ever.
Absolutely. You guys know what's up. Thank you for leaving your comments. I see everyone's comments as they're coming in. We will respond to them accordingly. The next topic, SummerSlam. I mean, SummerSlam is right around the corner. You and I will be there.
Cleveland.
Big opportunity for the Niko Exxtra brand. And the main event as of right now is Gunther versus Damian Priest. Gunther is a dominant wrestler. He lost clean to Sami Zayn, but other than that, no one's really, I mean, I think Dragunov beat him once and maybe Braun Breaker, but like he usually wins his matches overall.
Right.
You put Gunther up and he won the King of the Ring, so this is his you know, his right to face Damian. Is this Gunther's time to beat Damian Priest? Is there shenanigans involved? Does Ludwig screw Gunther or the other fucking guy? Or what happens here? What's going on in your predictions? Does SummerSlam Gunther versus Priest?
I want Gunther to win, you know, for sure.
Me as well.
I mean, I think he can carry this thing for a while. I mean, I hate to see Priest lose it and everything else, but I think he's building it up where he doesn't necessarily need it as much. It'd be good if he could carry it longer. But I mean, if you look at someone who's an absolute star, absolute stud, a guy that Undertaker said he wished if he was this age he'd be working with, it's Gunther. He's the top big man. And you know what? They got to start. He had the Intercontinental, set the record, beat Honky Tonk Man. Okay, so you got that down. He needs one of the major titles. He had the mid-card title, and now he needs a major title. This guy could be one of the greatest ever. You got to start now. If they just... Gunther's got to win. There's a reason why they let Sammy take the belt off him. And that was so he could put that behind and get this belt. So my prediction is Gunther takes it at SummerSlam.
Yeah, and it's hard to really deny that because Gunther has done so well along the way. In the chat, all you, let me know who you think's going to win, Gunther or Damian Priest at SummerSlam for this big match. That's a big match because
huge.
Damian has a lot to prove. Gunther has a lot to prove. I mean, Damian has so much. He didn't win clean at fucking the last match. Right. You know what I mean? Because CM Punk interfered. He didn't win clean. He came in and cashed in at WrestleMania, so he didn't
win at Money in the Bank because his shoulders were on the mat for 3.
He got pinned for 3. I don't know if it was a stinger or a botch. I don't even know what to say about that.
They said he had a stinger and he physically couldn't move it.
Now I'm saying it wasn't a stinger. It was just a fuck up. Who knows? So, not to switch topics. We're talking about factions, but Bloodline 2.0. You know, it was kind of like cheesy when it was Solo, Tama Tonga, and Tongaloa. Jacob Fatu kind of brought new life to it. They fucked up Paul Heyman, which was a complete shocker. I never expected Paul Heyman to take a power bomb through the table. And Jacob Fatu has been dominating. And you know, Tala Tonga Hikuleu, the other brother of Tongaloa and Tama Tonga, will be debuting any day. He's officially signed with WWE. And you have to think one day Zilla Fatu will be making his appearance. Where does this end and where are we going? And will Roman be back for Bloodline 2.0 by SummerSlam, by Survivor Series, by Royal Rumble? Obviously, his father passing, R.I.P. Sika, you know, may prolong his inevitable delay from coming back. But when do you see Bloodline 2 really picking up? When Roman fucking Reigns joins the Bloodline again. And Nathan, thank you very much for that. I truly appreciate it. Go ahead.
I think it's SummerSlam. I think that even if Roman doesn't wrestle at SummerSlam, he can show up at the end to kind of set the pace for the next, to kind of set it up. So he doesn't really have to do a whole heck of a lot. But the business needs him. They said that the house shows are actually down this year, where they're not having as many house shows for, the main roster or NXT. So maybe they're like, all right, by the time August comes around, we're going to start things right back up again, kind of get into the, school year, everyone back to work, everything else. Roman's got to show up by SummerSlam. Doesn't have to wrestle, but he's got to show up.
Man, and it's just so good right now. I love Cody Rhodes. He's amazing. He's one of the nicest guys out in professional wrestling, but he doesn't do what Roman. The less appearances by Roman somehow made it more special.
It's an event
when Cody's like, I'm a defending champion. No, it's not about that. It's not about showing up every week and being a defending champion and facing fucking Ricochet.
Rollins does that. Seth Rollins does that.
And Roman, you're facing Carmelo Hayes and all that. Like Roman was like, no, dude, you give me a SummerSlam. You don't give me a fucking SmackDown.
You don't get SmackDown Friday
There was just
night.
something special about Roman Reigns and that run. I mean, we were there SummerSlam against Brock Lesnar, floor seats,
Nashville,
on the ramp. Like he Aura times 1 million.
Oh yeah.
Him walking out. He's special. Bloodline 2.0, my official vote, even with Jacob Fatu, is it needs more work. I'm sorry, I'm not sold on this shit. And I love me some Samoans.
Oh yeah.
That's my shit. Yep. But like Solo, no. Tama Tonga, I know he's not Samoan. He's Tongan, but Tongaloa, Tama Tonga, no. I'm not sold on this whole thing yet. I need more. I see you guys talking about Mariah May. I actually missed AEW. I'm guessing she turned on Toni Storm. That's the only thing, because I saw Toni Storm was bleeding, and why would Mariah May do that? So let me know in the comments, did Mariah May screw over Toni Storm? In the meantime, we got about 4 minutes left, so we'll talk one more thing, and then we'll hit the news so we could be right out at 10:30. So our affiliates, Dirt Sheet Radio. If you're not following Dirt Sheet Radio, guys, go follow them on Facebook. Over 150,000 followers now. And we have a really great friendship. I mean, I've developed, it's amazing. Me and the guy at Dirt Sheet Radio, we talk strategy all the fucking time. I'm going to get him in WWE. He's getting me here and there. We got a lot going on. So I'm happy to be an affiliate and partner with them, and we're all growing together at a very large, fast pace, and it's beautiful to see. Because I just sent the email said 110,000, and they're at 160 now. So they've gained 50,000 followers in the last 4 or 5 months. So kudos to y'all. Go follow Dirt Sheet Radio on Facebook if you're not already doing that. Bryan Danielson versus Swerve at Wembley for All In is official. Cool, Mike C. Bryan Danielson just won the Owen Hart Cup tournament against Hangman Adam Page. They were both busted open. JEFF, J double fucking R double T came in and took off his shirt at the ref and shenanigans always. But now it's Bryan. I mean, Bryan announced this was the end of his road for him. This is his last year. We all knew he was going to win and face his main event at Swerve. Does he beat Swerve at All In? Does he have his moment? Or is this another way to put Swerve over, saying he's the man now? Bryan Danielson, thank you for your service, but get the fuck out of here.
Well, as they say, whenever you left a territory, or ever you left a promotion, you leave on your back. If he says he's leaving, they're not going to give a title change to Danielson and say, okay, see you later. I'm going to go play with the wife and kids now. No, I think he's learned enough. He's earned enough and everything else. I think he will do the job for Swerve. If he really is going to retire this year, it doesn't make sense for him to take it any further. They're going to be at Forest Hills for the U.S. Open. Remember how they had done that before up in New York? Mm-hmm. That's another good one. Another good venue. That All In Wembley.
They have. I don't understand why they're failing. They have all their shit
They're
together.
good. I don't know why.
And then they're gonna be at the like in fucking New Japan and facing with the CML out. Like they
have great matches and
but then
venues.
But then WWE merges with TNA and takes Joe Hendry and puts him on NXT, and it gets way more views than all that shit combined.
And they're gonna get Jordan Grace too. Jordan Grace's contract is up in January.
Oh, calm down. We got news coming up, cowboy. Don't be spoiling. Whoa, cool, Mike. Spoiler.
I get too excited. What can I say?
Jesus Christ! No, I'm just kidding. So I'm excited for Swerve versus Bryan Danielson. I love Swerve. I've always loved Swerve. Bryan Danielson.
Make him even bigger, beating Danielson.
Some people say he's still the best professional wrestler in the world. I don't think so, but I think he's good. I think Will Ospreay is potentially one of the best wrestlers in the world. He impresses the shit out of me. Him and Swerve definitely had a banger. All right, we're at 3 minutes. Let's get the news and let's get the fuck out of here, Cool Mike. See what do you think about that?
Sounds good.
PW Insider says Rhea Ripley is now listed as a babyface internally at WWE, while the rest of the Judgment Day are still considered heels. Granted, their comedy show might remove them from heel status, but at the end of the day, they're now putting a fork in the road and saying Rhea's going to be good, Judgment Day is going to be bad. How does this end, Cool Mike C?
Rhea's big enough to be on her own. And I think they were looking at some point, even before the injury and things, for her and Dom to have a conflict. And I think it makes sense now that Liv is there. Now it's Liv versus Mommy. And if she has some conflicts with it, the only bad thing is they could blow up Judgment Day without her. You know, she leaves, Priest leaves. Now what are you going to have? JD McDonough and Finn? I mean, so... And Liv ain't gonna stay there. She doesn't have to. She's doing this just while Rhea's gone. That's it. I mean, that's the whole reason, is to keep Rhea alive, to give her a rub off Judgment Day. I'd hate to see him kill Judgment Day, because everybody gets a rub off that. Liv is getting it now.
Yeah.
R-Truth was getting things. JD McDonough has a career because of it. I mean, guys have really just kind of latched on to the core performers.
Absolutely. We're right at 30 minutes, so I will cut this short. Joe Hendry will be featured heavily in the upcoming weeks and months for TNA crossover, as expected, according to Fightful Select. Great job out there, Sean Ross Sapp and team, always getting the latest news. Joe Hendry, fuck, man, this guy's over, and now he's going to inevitably it's Joe Hendry versus Trick, with Joe Hendry potentially becoming the NXT World Champion as a TNA wrestler, or
he'd have to beat Ethan Page for that.
Don't forget, he's in the main event at Slammiversary, so they could still pull the cord on him and make him the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion, which makes absolute sense to me. I don't know.
That makes more sense.
Last news, Jordan, as first reported by Cool Mike C., Jordan Grace told Matt Morgan on a recent episode that her contract expires in January 25, which is 5 months from now, and the next step is unknown. But you got to think someone as talented as her is WWE. So
it's known. They're getting her. They've made it very clear. They've had her in the Rumble. They've had her in NXT. They've had her here. They're going to get her in January.
Is there a giveaway? Of course there's a fucking giveaway. We're going to do that giveaway right now.
Winners Club.
It's Niko Exxtra Winners Club. I'm actually going to do 2 giveaways. First one, let's get that wheel going right here. The first one is going to be Ladies Night. We're going to do an Alexa Bliss Funko and a Sky Blue autograph. Niko Exxtra Winners Club just hit 100 subscribers again. That's pretty
nice.
That's pretty cool, as Carlito would say.
That is Carlito cool.
Let's spin the wheel, make a deal. Let's see what you got, guys. Good luck, everybody. Wait, we don't want that shit. We want that Hogan music. Give me that Hogan. Let me tell you something, brother.
I was walking down the beach, looking for some action. Had my radio set on a rap station. Saw a girl in trouble, a sticky situation. She wanted me to give her mouth to mouth control.
All right, we're slowing down here. Who's it gonna be? Cool Mike C.
Oh,
Who
some
is
lucky
gonna
winner.
be?
Does a lady win the ladies package tonight? Or?
Is it gonna be a lady winning the lady?
Mess with my baby.
Shit's slowing down.
Someone in green.
Brother.
Who's in green?
Dorian Geraldine.
There you go.
Congratulations. Dorian Geraldine, you just won. All right, let's do another one. We're at 30 minutes. Sorry, Dirt Sheet. You guys are cool. You don't give a shit. I'm Niko Exxtra. I do what I want. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. Everyone's here to see me, baby.
That's right.
I'm out of control. Cool
You
Mike
are.
C. I'm out of fucking control. All right, this is going to be for
Gotta show it.
Dude Love
Oh, yeah.
and Abyss, the hardcore.
Oh, the
combo.
hardcore legends, man.
Abyss autograph with certificate. Dude Love. We're going ladies and we're going hardcore. Let's go.
We were cruising down the beach, checking out the action. Had my radio rocking to a heavy metal station, putting on some shades.
God, he's a shitty rapper and a shitty
He's
person.
terrible. He's a
I
bad
can't believe he
person.
was my idol. I can't believe you look up to fucking turds like that.
Well,
That's
people
life.
didn't know at the
Who's
time,
the new
you
winner
know?
going to be? Cool Mike C.
A guy's winning this one. Green
This is
again.
for the hardcore.
No, it's blue.
The
A
hardcore.
guy's got to win the
Box.
hardcore.
Heel Ace. Congratulations,
There you
Heel
go.
Ace. You are the winner. All right, that's it. We're out of here. Cool Mike C. Where can they find you? Nowhere, because you're in the FBI. Ah. Bye, everyone. Have a good night.